Each year, the Past President's Council has the opportunity to select an individual whose lifetime of public service has had a significant impact on our cities and our state. For more than 2 decades, this Past President's Council has selected a variety of leaders who represent the very best of California public servants. And today we recognize a true champion of local government, one of my dearest friends and mentors, who has been not only a champion of local government, but a champion of quality of life issues, making our cities better places to live, to work, to raise our families. It is my honor to announce our 2022 Lifetime Achievement Award winner, Sedalia Sanders. Sedalia is a native of El Centro, and as I've said many, many times, a mentor and a very dear friend of mine. But don't hold that against her. She has had an incredibly distinguished career at the local, regional, state, and national levels. She is inspiring, she is gracious, and she is tenacious. And Sedalia has remained a steadfast champion and fierce advocate for issues that are important to our cities, wherever her public service career has taken her. She has been appointed by 2 different governors to serve on the Executive Committee for California's Commission on Aging and has served as the Vice Chair of the Rural Development Council. Sedalia has also represented cities on the national level by serving on the National League of Cities Board of Directors and as an active member of the National Black Caucus of Local Elected Officials and U.S. Conference of Mayors. Sedalia exemplifies the importance of diversity and inclusion on our city councils. For the last several years, the League of California Cities has been actively engaged in making sure that all voices are heard, that everyone understands that they have a seat at the table. And Sedalia understands the importance of being a champion, of having a seat at the table, and of investing in the next generation of local leaders. Please join me in recognizing Lifetime Achievement Award winner, Sedalia Sanders.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I've already been introduced, but just in case you missed it, I am Sedalia Sanders. I was born over 80 years ago. I have worked in many different capacities. I've had the distinct honor of having many, many privileges. One of which is I was born into a family that was loving and caring. Secondly, I have been supported by my sisters and brothers. I have a brother here today and his wife. I have a sister here today with her 2 children. I have a son who's here today with his 2 children. So I want you to know I have a loving husband who's here today, and I am his greatest child. So through the years, and I mean through the years, so what can one say one have done in 80 years plus of life? Some 80 years ago, for those who don't know it, or need a reminder, who are younger than me perhaps, that was Second World War. And many of us may remember Tom Brokaw said it was a part of our greatest generation. So I want you to know that I am a product of that great generation. So thank you. Now I know you came to this conference today for a variety of reasons, but I'd like to think you came to see me. So if you didn't do that, if you didn't come to see me, please do not say so. Just let me bask in this moment. So for 80 plus years, I've lived in Imperial County in the city of El Centro. That was before we had sidewalks and paved streets. We used to call it mud holidays because when it rained, we had a holiday. In addition to that, I learned how to work because that was what my family knew best, work. So I was taught at an early age the work ethic. I was also taught values and integrity, and I lived by those today. I then became an elected official, and why did I do that? Is because someone said, well, why don't you run? And I thought, why would I do that and give up all the free time that I had? Well, I did that because someone encouraged me. I took that encouragement to heart, and I ran. And to my surprise, I won. And I ran again, and again, and again, and each time I won. So I thought, well, this must be the easiest job I've ever had because I keep winning. Either that or the people just don't know that there may be someone else out there that could do a job, but they didn't think there was anybody else that would do it the way I did. Now, you've heard your immediate past president, Ms. Walker, state the length of time that we've known each other. She said she came on the council in '97. That was the time that I was the immediate past president for this League of Cities, now called Cal Cities. So I thought, gosh, that's 27 years ago. So for 27 years, I've known this lovely lady that's standing here beside me. And for all of these beautiful men and women standing here beside me, I feel that I am deeply honored to be called among the ranks of past president. My honor goes beyond just knowing them, and it rises to a level far above. I am deeply humbled and filled with gratitude to be selected the 2022 nominee for this great award. If I were to have given it to myself, I'd say, thank you. But since I had someone else give it to me, I say, thank you twice. So when all else is said and done, you have made one little small town gal from a small rural community called El Centro, nestled in the southeastern section of Imperial County, after there are 58 counties in the state of California. And I have traveled from Eureka to Imperial, from Sacramento to Washington, from Chicago to Chico, and from Chicago to Mississippi, to Florida, to Orlando, to Miami, and back, all because I believe in advocating for the cities of California. So while I stand here to receive this honor, I want to applaud all of you, because you are the ones who are still doing the heavy lifting. I admire the courage it must have taken to get through COVID, finding a way to still meet when you couldn't do it in person, wearing a mask when it became something you didn't want to do, till you wore it so long it became your fashion statement. And now that we've all had our shots, COVID shot 1, COVID shot 2, booster shot 1, booster shot 2, then they tell you you might have monkeypox. So I don't know what's coming next, but I know that this body of people can deal with it because you've already dealt with so much before. So I want to just encourage each of you. Hold your chin up high. Don't ever look back. Keep that forward glance and know that if you try, you can. So those who look like me, meaning of the same gender, those who may look like me, meaning the same ethnicity, and those who may look like me because you're my age or more, you know that if you live long enough, work hard enough, all things can be accomplished. So with that I say, it is my most humble and sincere gratitude. The simple words, thank you, seems to say it best. Thank you.
So I hope you can see this award. It's like the coolest thing ever. It's a big bear, California bear. Sedalia Sanders, League of California Cities 2022 Lifetime Achievement Award in appreciation for your dedication to local government and public service. Thank you, Sedalia. It's really heavy.